Good afternoon, Colorado Springs, and welcome to the second edition of the 411 for the 719 podcast. I'm Rob Thompson, lead admin and owner of the group, and I'm here with Emily from Z Travel. How are you doing, Emily?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. So, this is our second edition of this podcast, and with this podcast, we're trying to highlight local businesses and entrepreneurs such as yourself. I'm glad to have you here. Thank you. And why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm Emily with Z Travel, and I am a local travel agent. And I am passionate about travel. I love travel, and I enjoy being able to do it for a job now.
That's awesome. How long have you been doing that?
Just over a year.
Okay, cool, cool. Is business good?
It is good. Travel
Good.
is booming. Let me tell you, I think that we're finally rallying from COVID, and people are wanting to get back out there and travel. And it is, yes, it's very busy.
That's good to hear. Z Travel, where does the name come from?
It actually comes from a gal that her last name starts
Okay,
with Z, and so that's how it was kind of built, and, I just followed suit underneath her.
right on. My company S2 Technical stands for Samantha and Sloan, my daughters. So it's it follows.
Yeah.
So how did you get your start in the travel industry?
So my start came from just truly, loving it, and then when the opportunity presented itself through, a friend and somebody I'd known for I actually went to high school with, so I'm not gonna age myself and tell you how long ago that was, but, that being said, when she presented it to me, it took me about 2.2 seconds to say, "Yes, I'd love to do this," and so I
Oops, I think I lost you. Are you still there?
I am, but it
Okay,
froze.
okay. So yeah, on my side, you got cut off there. So let's try that one again. What inspired you to start your business?
So just the love of travel is kind of where I'd always loved travel, always wanted to travel myself. And then when the opportunity presented itself, and from a friend that I'd known for years, and I won't tell you how long ago I've known her because that would age me, and I don't want to be aged. So that being said, when she presented the opportunity to me, it took me about 2.2 seconds to say yes, I would love to do this for a living.
Oh, right on. Right, so it's great that you can follow your passion and then turn it into a business. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So, if, what unique or innovative approaches does your business take?
So I think that for myself, I want to be authentic to who I am and give everyone great customer service. I think that we live in a world of online everything, which is fantastic, right? Is that I'm a real life person. I am in your corner. I want to create a vacation for you that makes you happy, and I want to be there every step of the way. So that kind of is what sets myself and the internet apart from one another. Yes, I love the benefit of an internet, like we all do, but I also miss that personal connection, and I think we all lost a lot of that during COVID. And I love the fact that this allows me to give personal connections with people, get to know them, get to know what they want, and then be able to create that and kind of bring it to fruition.
Do you think that the human connection is becoming more important? I know with the advance and the advent of AI, a lot of folks are really worried about AI taking over and displacing a lot of jobs and things. But
Yeah.
there seems to be also a counter movement in which the human element is even more important. Is it?
Yeah. I think that it's gone both directions, and I think that people are realizing that as humans, we do need that connection. And so, there's that kind of like that fine line between, yes, I can do it myself through the internet, but wow, I think that I do understand the benefit of using someone too. So, and it'll always be kind of this kind of competition, so to speak, between a real life human and the internet. But there is something very good that we all need, and want in our lives, and that is to be have a connection with someone.
Well, I think I remember the last trip we planned when we used a travel agent before I knew you now. But it was really nice to be able to go and see, get their experience. They'd been there to the places that we wanted to travel, and they could tell us about that as opposed to having to figure it out all myself. As I've gotten older, it's nicer just to be able to say, here, plan this for me.
Right,
And,
exactly.
so, what's
One
something
less
you
thing on
wish?
your
Oh,
plate.
oh, exactly, exactly. What's one thing you wish you knew before you started your business?
I wish that I knew how much the internet really does affect, people. That's their first go-to, because it's so accessible, and so I wish that I would have known how much that would kind of interfere with wanting to help other people, with their travel plans or whatever that looks like in life. That's everyone's go-to is the internet, and it's an amazing resource, but it's also my biggest challenge, and so, I think I knew that was gonna be that way until I actually started doing it, and then I really did realize, yes, this is my biggest challenge.
Right on. What is what's some advice you'd give to someone who's starting a similar business or considering doing so?
Patience.
Okay.
Just like any other business starting out, it's a marathon and not a sprint, and it takes time to build clientele. It takes time to get referrals. It takes time for everything. So I think that you have to allow yourself grace in the process and just know that it's going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of patience.
Right on. Okay. What else can I ask? Let's see. How do you differentiate your business from the competition?
You
Oh, broke up.
it cut out there.
Okay. So how do you differentiate? Sorry. So how do you differentiate your business from the competition?
I like to think that just generally speaking, my heart is to make people happy, and so I wanna be involved in my community, I wanna be, a good resource for people, and I pride myself in that and being, the authentic person that I am and helping people throughout the process, and I think once you've experienced it and you understand the benefit of using a travel agent and that having someone in your corner from beginning to end, that is very beneficial, that is kind of how that's how I wanna set myself apart. I wanna be that person for people.
So it sounds like you're coming at it from an advocacy standpoint. You want to be the advocate.
Absolutely.
Oh, right on. Okay. What do you see for the future of your business? What's your vision for the future of your business specifically?
Yeah, to continue to grow, obviously, like just in anybody else's business, it would be to continue to grow, but also to continue to learn because just like in real estate, it's always changing. Travel is ever changing. The trends are always changing. Suppliers are always changing, and every client has a different need or a different desire, and I want to continually learn and grow so that I can offer the best customer service.
That's awesome. Yeah, it is. It's continual, every evolving. We talked about that with the OODA loop a couple weeks ago in the business mastermind group about how you always have to be on top of everything that's changing. If you don't mind sharing, what businesses or tools do you rely on the most?
I would definitely say that I have the benefit of having suppliers all over the world, and they are absolutely the best. That is my biggest tool. These are people that are in destinations on the ground, and I get to personally work with these specialists to curate an amazing itinerary for people. So that is a huge benefit. And something that you're not going to get out of the internet. I get to work directly with with the specialists that are there, and then we build rapport and relationships, and then we get to work alongside each other, and it becomes a very um, seamless tool that works very well for people.
Very cool. Very cool. Anything special you do for the local community or any that you engage with in the local community?
Yeah, I'm involved with just some local events here in the community. I as as in any business, I like to be a part of vendor networking, building relationships with other people. I love to help other people in their businesses. I love to pass the word along to other people. So I do a lot of vendor networking. I do some sponsorship in communities, and I'm involved in my local neighborhood community as well.
Well, I'm going to reach out to you too because we're planning a fair type event, also some speed networking, and possibly a speed dating, and actually a market night for the 411. So we'll invite the local community, and I'll make sure that you have a heads up on all that. All right, let's do
Perfect.
a couple of fun questions here.
All right, let's do it.
If you could have dinner with any person, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Oh, I don't even have to think about this. That would be my
Okay,
grandma. She
cool.
is no longer with us,
I'm sorry.
but she is definitely the person in my life that loved me unconditionally, was always in my corner. And if I could just have another moment with her to thank her and to tell her I love her again, that would be that person.
That's really cool. That's awesome. If you could be a character in a book, who would it be and why?
Ah, so I read a lot of fiction, so there's not a lot of depth and character in those. So that one, I don't even have a great answer for that
Okay.
because I'm not a deep reader. I'm a really
Okay.
like if I've got the time, it's going to be something pretty surface.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, one more. If you could time travel, where would you go and when?
Ah, I think I would have to go back to about 1953 when Queen Elizabeth was crowned. I love all things monarchy.
Okay.
That's very intriguing to me. And so, if I could do anything, I think that's where I'd go.
Very cool. Very cool. So, how do folks from the 411 in the community get a hold of you? What's the best way to do that?
Yeah, so I have a website. It's emilywithztravel.org. You can
Okay.
find me on Facebook, and that's Emily with Z Travel. And I'm also over on Instagram, and it's Emily underscore with underscore Z Travel.
Very cool. Thank you very much. Anything else? Last word is yours for the out to the 411.
No, I just want to thank you personally. This group is amazing, and you do a phenomenal job with it, and I'm impressed.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So 411, this is Emily with Z Travel. One more time, your phone number.
719-232-1677.
Well, thank you. Give Emily a shout for your travel plans, and we'll be in touch.